Little Orange Pumpkin. This Halloween, anything is possible. Words by Erin Guendelsberger. Pictures by Jennifer Zivoin. At the end of a neighborhood street sat an old house with a cozy porch. Outside the house, the wind blew whoosh and colors lit up the other house's purples, oranges, and greens. But on the porch, a little pumpkin was filled with excitement. Tonight was the night Halloween. Little Orange Pumpkin had been waiting all year for this night. She was excited to collect candy, to see everything creepy and scary lurking around the neighborhood, and then to read spooky Halloween books with her parents for one final scare of the night.
Mommy, Daddy,
said Little Pumpkin.
Is it time? Is it time? Is it time?
Almost.
Mommy said, smiling.
But first, let's go over the Halloween rules. Number 1, remember to say please and thank you.
Number 2,
said Daddy in his deep voice.
no eating candy until Mommy and Daddy say it's okay.
Number 3,
said Mommy and Daddy together.
stay close to us.
Little Pumpkin's face dropped from a smile to a frown.
But I want to go out by myself.
She said,
I'm a big pumpkin. I can trick or treat on my own.
I'm sorry.
said Mommy.
You're too young to go by yourself.
Your mommy is right.
said Daddy.
It's too dangerous for a little pumpkin all alone.
Little Pumpkin twisted her stem, rolled from side to side, and said,
No, I want to go by myself.
I see that you're upset,
said Daddy.
but we'll have fun together.
No, no, no.
Little Pumpkin shouted.
I will not go with you.
Little Pumpkin rolled hard to the left and fell off the porch, sending a spray of pebbles flying through the air. When she landed with a thump, she rolled again in frustration, leaves flinging.
Little Pumpkin,
Mommy said,
we do not fling rocks.
Little Pumpkin rolled hard to the right and sent more rocks flying.
Little pumpkin,
said Daddy, with a warning in his voice. Little Pumpkin rolled left and right and sent little rocks flying every which way. They scattered all over the front yard and the porch.
Okay, Little Pumpkin,
Mommy said,
I think it's time for you to visit your quiet corner.
I don't want to visit my quiet corner.
shouted Little Pumpkin.
I want to trick or treat.
Daddy said,
please go to your quiet corner now.
Little Pumpkin huffed and puffed and thumped loudly toward her quiet corner. Little Pumpkin huffed and puffed some more. She turned around to give her parents a reproachful look. And that was when she saw a warm orange light that glowed bright in the narrow space under the porch. Little Pumpkin was sure that she'd never seen that light before, and she was curious to find out what it was. Little Pumpkin found a hole in the ground. She couldn't see what was at the bottom, so she leaned forward a bit more, and a bit more, when suddenly She fell down and landed on a small wooden door. What was this? Should she tell her parents about it, or should she check it out on her own? Yes, that's what she would do. Little Pumpkin opened the door. Little Pumpkin found herself coming out of a large oak tree. She rolled up to the door, gently knocked, and it creaked open.
Welcome to the Haunted Manor,
said the monster in a deep, gravelly voice.
My name is Gerard. Would you like a tour?
For a monster so big, Gerard was certainly polite. He also reminded her somehow of her daddy.
Yes, please.
Said Little Pumpkin.
Thank you.
She remembered the first rule of Halloween was to say, please and thank you. Then she turned around and saw a dreary, dark, and spooky-looking house. She wasn't sure exactly where she was, but she couldn't wait to explore.
This way.
Said Gerard, leading down the hall.
First, let us visit Skeleton Alley.
Wow.
Said Little Pumpkin, rolling over to the bowling game.
Can I try?
Of course.
Stuttered one of the skeletons whose teeth were rattling at the rhythmic sound of the music. A cold chill ran down Little Pumpkin's back when she rolled into Skeleton Alley. But she quickly forgot about it when she saw all the bright neon colors and the many different skeletons doing all sorts of interesting things.
I wasn't afraid of those skeletons at all.
Said Little Pumpkin when she and Gerard left Skeleton Alley.
I am a big pumpkin.
Very good.
Said Gerard.
Let us then try Goblin Gazebo. Perhaps that will give you the spook you seek.
A tiny flutter ran through Little Pumpkin's chest when she rolled into Goblin Gazebo, but she quickly forgot about it when she saw the ghastly-looking goblins doing fantastic ghoulish things.
Fun.
Said Little Pumpkin, rolling over to the sandbox.
May I try?
Why not?
Growled the goblins, handing her a shovel.
I am independent.
Said Little Pumpkin as she and Gerard left the gazebo.
I wasn't a bit afraid of those goblins.
Gerard showed Little Pumpkin Ghost Gallery, where ghosts of all shapes and sizes were floating around covered in paint that dripped all over the floor as they chased each other, playing and making funny ghostly noises.
I am independent.
Said Little Pumpkin as she and Gerard left the gazebo.
I wasn't a bit afraid of those goblins.
Gerard showed Little Pumpkin Ghost Gallery, where ghosts of all shapes and sizes were floating around covered in paint that dripped all over the floor as they chased each other, playing and making funny ghostly noises. Little Pumpkin and Gerard heard booming laughter coming from behind a double door at the end of a long hallway. Suddenly, they found themselves in a movie theater that smelled like buttered popcorn. Very strange and funny creatures were bustling around the room, looking for their seats, all wearing 3D glasses and carrying various snacks and drinks. Hissed a grumpy gargoyle sitting in the front row.
about to begin.
But Little Pumpkin and Gerard wanted to explore more of the house, so they left the movie theater in silence through a door behind the big screen. As Little Pumpkin and Gerard stepped into the hallway again, Little Pumpkin found a flashlight and thought about a trick. Gerard jumped and screamed. Then Gerard ran away. Little Pumpkin set the flashlight up so the light shone through her mouth and eyes, lighting her up like a jack-o'-lantern.
Ooh.
Little Pumpkin was suddenly all alone in the huge, haunted mansion. What should she do now? She believed she was a big pumpkin, and big pumpkins weren't afraid, right? It was time to continue the rest of the tour by herself. Little Pumpkin slowly climbed the stairs to a large open space that was too dark to see. From behind her, a voice said,
Welcome to Bat Belfry.
A vampire stepped out of the shadows, and a flutter of bats flew down from the ceiling to greet him. Little Pumpkin's heart beat very fast. Things felt scarier without Gerard nearby.
So nice to meet you.
She stuttered.
But I think I have to go.
Little Pumpkin looked back at the staircase, where she saw that out of nowhere a dozen spiders were dropping down right in front of her.
Oh, don't leave just yet.
Said the vampire.
Not before you hear my boo! Bwah ha ha!
I hear.
Yelled Little Pumpkin, and that was enough for her. She rolled down the stairs, through the house, out the door, and straight to the big oak tree. She swung open the door and leapt through, hoping with all her heart that it would take her home. And it did. She was back outside the steps to the porch of her house.
Little Pumpkin.
T was a familiar voice that reminded her of the monster Gerard, but she knew at once it was her daddy.
Daddy.
She ran to give him a hug. She gave her mommy a hug, too.
It looks like you're feeling better.
Said Mommy, who offered her a freshly made maple chocolate cluster.
I am.
Said Little Pumpkin, munching the cluster. She thought about the vampire and the bats and the spiders. A shiver ran through her. She was happy to be home. Then she thought about the look on Gerard's face when she scared him and how he ran away. There was a question she wanted to ask her parents.
Are you mad at me for shouting before? Did it make you want to run away from me?
We didn't like it when you did that.
Said Mommy.
But we're not mad. We love you no matter what.
That's right.
Said Daddy.
No matter how big you grow or how grumpy you might be.
Daddy winked at Little Pumpkin.
We're always right here for you.
Do you still want to read a spooky Halloween book?
Asked Mommy.
Yes.
Said Little Pumpkin.
But only if you remember Halloween rule number 3. Stay close to me.
Of course.
Of course.
Said Daddy and Mommy. So they cuddled in together to read and enjoy a happy Halloween.